Hello everyone. I hope this thing works right. It's been days. It's been one day it might work good. Everything be fine. The next day it'll be all freezing up and everything. I don't know. I've seen some other people's videos that they were doing, the same type of things. But I don't know if it's YouTube or my internet. On the prayer request today, Tumbleweed's daughter Sarah's still having bad pain and they have an unspoken request. Teresa's husband needs prayer. Michael Murphy's friend Emmett, he's in terrible pain and he's waiting for a bone marrow transplant, and Michael needs prayer also. Life of Vicky has lupus and her meds aren't helping. Jess Ann for a neurological issue. Canadian Scrapper's niece, she fractured her foot in 2 places. The Prudent Gal for her unsaved family. Angela Garcia asked for our prayers, and Norma asked for our prayers. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we want to pray today for all these people on the list and anybody else out there that needs prayer, Lord, that they'll all get better. In the Lord's name I pray, amen. Yeah, it gets aggravating. I thought when I got this new high-speed internet, of course it does upload way faster now than it was. I had such slow internet before that it was taking like sometimes 4 to 6 hours to upload. That's crazy. And now it only takes like 30 minutes, or something like that. Which that's great now, but I thought it would nothing like the freezing up deal would happen anymore. And I did upload a trial I've been having so much trouble with telemarketers calling and spam calls, like it's a voice, a recorded voice and stuff. And it messes up your video when you're trying to, make it when they call and stuff. And I lost my what I had already taped yesterday and had to do it over. So I downloaded one of those blocking, it's supposed to be able to tell what's what. I'm going to try it for a week and see what it's like. If it's worth it, I wouldn't mind, paying for it, because I've had it and my phone rings all day long, and when I'm trying to do other things, and it makes you have to answer it, and then you have to block them, and all that, and then they still call the very next day with a new number. So anyway, I could go on the whole show about that. I just can't. It just really gets to me. Today our Bible reading comes from Psalm 51, 1 through 7. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion, blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity and cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin is always before me. Against you only have I sinned and done what is evil in your sight. So you are right in your verdict and justified when you judge. Surely I was sinful at birth, sinful at the time my mother conceived me. Yet you desired faithfulness even in the womb. You taught me wisdom in that secret place. Cleanse me with hyssop, and I will be clean. Wash me, and I will be whiter than snow. Amen. Oh, I was going to say something. Well, I forgot what it was. I was thinking something. Okay, today our Bible reading, our devotions are entitled Great News. The article in the local newspaper was short but heartwarming. After attending a faith-based program on building stronger family ties, a group of prison inmates were given a rare treat of an open visit with their families. Some hadn't seen their children in years. Instead of talking through a glass panel, they could touch and hold their loved ones. The tears flowed freely as families grew closer and wounds began to heal. For most readers, it was just a story, but for these families, holding one another was a life-changing event, and for some, the process of forgiveness and reconciliation was begun. God's forgiveness of our sin and offer of reconciliation made possible through his Son is more than a mere fact of the Christian faith. The article's news of reconciliation reminds us that Jesus' sacrifice is great news, not just for the world, but for you and me. In times when we're overwhelmed by guilt for something we've done, however, it's news that we can cling to desperately. That's when the fact of God's unending mercy becomes personal news because of Jesus' dying on our behalf. We can come to the Father washed clean, whiter than snow. In such times, when we know we don't deserve his mercy, we can hold on to the only thing we can depend on, God's unfailing love and compassion. Amen. Let me put this in my Bible. Those are the nicest little books. If y'all wonder where I'm getting those from, that's Our Daily Bread. They send them to me. I think they were free, and it's a great little book if y'all wanted to follow along. Or there's a few little extras in there, different passages you can go to and stuff, I think, at the bottom. Okay. Now, I did go to I went to the doctor's office and got my B12 shot. So I actually have a little bit of energy. You may not be able to tell it. I feel a little bit better. I feel like I can do a few things. And it wears off pretty fast, but I can only get one a month. That's all my insurance will pay for. Okay, it's time for Jokes of the Day. Okay, Father, you did well with your chores this week. How would you like a shiny new quarter? Son, I'd rather have a dirty old dollar. Me too. Of course, when I was little, a quarter bought quite a bit. I remember they had, penny candy stores. And, oh, Lord, my friend and I, we would ride our bikes, and it was quite a ways away, it took us probably an hour to get there on our bikes, which was, it was probably several miles, I would think. And we would go in there, and first we would go next door to the little drugstore. They had a little drugstore there, and it had, the counter, like the ice cream, the fountain, drinks and stuff. And we couldn't afford a milkshake or anything like that. But we would get either a Coca-Cola or a Sprite and have them put, I think I had them put in the Coca-Cola, I'd have them put either chocolate syrup or cherry in it. And the chocolate, you may think that sounds weird, but it was actually good. Or vanilla, chocolate, vanilla, or cherry syrup. And with the Sprite, I only ever put the cherry. That's the only thing I ever wanted in with the Sprite. We would get one of those, and then whatever money we would have left over from mowing yards, and I mowed yards, and I saved up my money. That's how I got a lot of the things I wanted. I like to fish a lot, and that's how I got my fishing equipment. And but we would get that drink, and we would sit there and talk and have a good time. And once we were finished, we'd go next door. Whatever money we had left, if you had $1 left, that's 100 pieces of candy. Come on. So, yeah, we would end up, back home with our sack of candy, and of course, all of our friends were right on top of us for that. I would trade the candy for one of your baseball cards. I was a salesman back then. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, good old times. Okay, why did the can crusher quit his job? Because it was so depressing. A mother said to her son, "Look at that kid over there. He's not misbehaving." The son replied, "Maybe he has good parents then." Ooh, way to come back, Johnny. Little Johnny. Sounds like him anyway. How much room is needed for fungi to grow? As much room as possible. For a period, Houdini used a trap door in every single show he did. I guess you could say it was a stage he was going through. Two guys are sitting on a bar stool. One starts to insult the other one. He screams, "I slept with your mother!" The bar gets quiet as everyone listens to see what the other man will do. The first man yells, "I slept with your mother!" The other man says, "Go home, Dad, you're drunk." Oh, yeah. A kid asks his dad, "What's a man?" The dad says, "A man is someone who is responsible and cares for their family." The kid says, "I hope one day I can be a man just like Mom." Ooh, oh, man. Ooh, okay. Just like Mom. What do you call the child of parents from Iceland and Cuba? An ice cube? What's an astronaut's favorite social media website? MySpace? They're probably the only ones on it, too. Joy's joke of the day. The following conversation took place between a husband and wife before going to bed. Wife, "Have you emptied the trash?" Husband, no, I'll do it in the morning. Wife, "What about the cat?" Husband, I can ask, but I think it might be a bit too heavy for him to lift. Oh, boy. And now, it's time for Who Is This? Now today, let me find it. And who is this? Yesterday. Now, some of these people are, they don't have any, you can't find any images of them when they were little. They must, have some kind of block, or they just never made any available. But, so we'll just go with it, because it just happened. Okay, yesterday, our woman of the day, she was in the movie Blue Lagoon when she was young. Also in the TV series The Middle. She was the crazy neighbor in the middle that was always taking stuff from their yard, or her kids were coming over there and terrifying them. You always wanted someone to get back at her, but they were afraid of her. Now, it's not supposed to be doing anything. Oh, that's a notification. I'm hoping that this thing I downloaded will stop them phones from ringing all the time. I mean, the phone from ringing and different things happening to when I'm recording. Okay, I don't know why it went straight back down to the bottom. And then our man was Val Kilmer. His face is more full than I remember it being. I haven't really seen him in anything lately. I think he might be having one coming out or something. Yeah, and he played Batman, and he was Doc Holliday in that movie Tombstone, that one with, I think Kevin Costner was in it and stuff. That was a really good remake of that movie. There's been a million Tombstone movies. Okay, and for tomorrow, if it's not a little guy or girl, just guess who you think it is anyway in your comments. This one's a lot younger than we're probably used to seeing him. He was the professor in Back to the Future. He's been in a lot of, funny movies and stuff. But that's all I really came to mind with me was the Back to the Future movies. Not just one. I think he was basically in all of them. And this one here. Now wait a minute. This is this is not. Hold on. Okay. Hey Joy, you sent me the wrong person for the first picture of the woman. Well, we'll use that one for another day. I'm just going to have to go with the adult picture on this because there's not time to look for a childhood pic. So everybody's going to get this one, I imagine. She was the mom on Everybody Loves Raymond, and she was the mom in the middle. Very funny woman. I'll use the one she sent me tomorrow for. That would have been funny. Of course, I don't think I can use that picture anyway because it's got the person's name on it. So that wouldn't have worked unless I put my thumb over it real fast. Okay, so guess today should be pretty easy. And guess. And now it's tablet time. Tablet time. Today on tablet time, let me see what we got. Oh, have y'all heard anything? I'm not going to show it. And I haven't actually watched the thing or not. I imagine I can show this because it came up. But this here. Have y'all heard anything about that? I did. And supposedly, I guess there's proof of it in this. But I did not watch. I'm not going to watch it. I can't believe that. Y'all, I hope you could read that. Okay, here's last night, yesterday in the crock pot, we fixed my cube steak casserole. It's really cube steak and gravy, basically, but it's called a casserole. The recipe is for some reason, when I made it, that's what I called it. I always have. So we have that, and it was totally delicious. I mean, I was all over this. The cube steak and the gravy, mashed potatoes, and peas. And I actually ended up having one of those pouches of baby food because these peas here were kind of not harder, but I couldn't get them chewed up real good and had a problem with that. So I just instant peas. I try not to taste it, but okay. And this is, oh goodness, this is Gail's. Oh, I just saw her breakfast look so good. That looks like some kind of like marmalade or like, yeah, to me it looks like orange marmalade with her breakfast and bacon. And this is a classic breakfast for me: toast, bacon, some eggs, and some jelly or marmalade or some preserves. Y'all send me if you're proud of something or there's something you'd like to send it to me. I'll show it on tablet time. Tablet time. It doesn't have to be all my pictures or anything. I'll show y'all's. If you're proud of what you made and you made a great meal, even if it doesn't look so good like my Hamburger Helper ones. And here I got, this is a haul from, well, I can't exactly make it bigger or you won't see it all. This is from a Lidl. This is Jacinta's haul from Lidl in Ireland. And it looks like a very healthy hall to me. And, you know, that's not all pre-made stuff. You got wedges there, but that's not really, you know, that bad processed. But she's a good cook. And they use euros over there, and €1 is $1.14 in American, so pretty close. And you know, she got good buys. I don't know if I can make this. I made it a little bit bigger. The prices actually were pretty good. Yeah, I mean, here's the receipt. I don't know. The total was only $29.04, so you figure that'd probably be maybe $32 American or something like that. Just guessing. But yeah, I don't know if y'all could even see that, but it's funny how things are different, but there's, you know, a lot the same some places too. What we got here? Here's a cartoon. Maniac! Snail zooming through the intersection. Okay, here's a funny one too. Well, I finally got my new osteoporosis medicine refilled today, and I just don't like it. It makes me sick every morning when I have it, for, you know, till almost lunchtime it seems like, and I don't know what to do about it. Okay, with your mobile devices, tweet in 140 characters or less, how was your summer vacation? And if you can see all the rest of that. The one says, I'm not synced. The middle one says, I have no Wi-Fi connection. The other one says, my battery is dead. School resumes today around the country. Teachers transition children slowly. It's going to that. I mean, I don't know, you know. And I thought this was funny because this is my favorite cartoon character when I was. Do I have spinach in my teeth? You certainly do. Certainly do. That's my best papa, I guess. I used to be pretty good at it. When I was a kid, I could do them pretty good. I've always loved trying to do voices of stuff anyway, even if I'm not that good at it, I try. But yeah, I thought that was cute. First date with olive oil. Because we had olive oil the other day. If you remember Shelley Duvall, when she played it in the movie, we had olive oil on Who Is This? The other day. And I want to take time to mention all my new friends. Everybody's so nice. I appreciate your comments, and I'll be watching your shows too. Mind if and I already have, anybody that I have helped, I've watched, I promise you. And they do the same too. You know, most of them do. Mind if I turn on the nitrous oxide? Knock yourself out. He loves to say that, the nurses down there saying. Of course, those could be doctors too down there. Women, there's plenty of women doctors. Lots of them. I've had lots of them. But, you know, I just assumed they were. But that's funny. He loves to say that. Knock yourself out. You will if you do it yourself. You get too much of that stuff. Woo. Man, I had one dentist one time. I complained that I wasn't feeling it, you know. It didn't it was leaking through the thing wasn't on my nose right or something. And I wasn't getting much. And all I said was, I'm not really feeling it. Man, he cranked that thing all the way up and held his hand over that thing and pushed it on my nose and held his hand over my mouth to where I couldn't breathe through my mouth. And I got too much of that stuff, and I thought I was going to pass out. I mean, I felt bad, really bad. I did not feel right. And I didn't think that was right. Okay.
Thank God we're cute. You only get one chance to make a good first impression.
Oh boy. Here is Logan liked the comments that were made about his breakfast I showed, and he made a sausage, egg, and cheese on a pumpkin spice bagel from Aldi. Those that I said I found when I was cleaning out scrounging around in the refrigerator, and I seen they needed to be used, so I got them out. But they're not that bad. They're okay. I'm just not wild about pumpkin. I mean, all that pumpkin stuff they come out with around the holidays and stuff. I'm not crazy about everything pumpkin. Yeah, he really liked that, he said. And now Joy fixed the sausage because we don't like him using the frying pan because we got natural gas and stuff, and if it doesn't light, you have to light it with a lighter or something, and if it's on a little bit too much, it'll poof. If y'all have ever done that, it'll poof a little bit of that fire out. I'm not going to have him, catching his arm on fire or something, but he can use the microwave, and, he can use anything if we're in here supervising him some, and just trying to avoid any kind of a accident. I think that's finally it for tablet time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll start getting a little, I think I might start trying to put a little more variety on tablet times, things that might be interesting topics of the day or something not necessarily in the news. There's never any good news in the news, and I just about won't watch it anymore. It's depressing and gets you worked up. But hey, there is good things out there that happen. They just don't make good news, right? Okay, everybody. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for checking in on me, and let's help each other, everybody. All my friends that have been here for so long, you mean so much to me, and all my viewers do. So everybody have a great evening. Tonight, I've got some pork chops out, and if you've been watching the chicken rice casserole I made the other day, and I had pictures of like when I put it in, and then out, and then in the plate and stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do that with the pork chops because it was so good the other day. I guess that's been seems like it's been about a week ago maybe. But it's good either way, so it'd be a good way to fix some pork chops tonight. So I think we will. And I don't know, it's got rice with it. And that's not a vegetable, really. That's a grain. People tend to think of rice as a vegetable. It's a grain. So probably, I might try to see if we have any of those cauliflower fries. They're good too. I like the broccoli the best. But I think I've got some riced broccoli. I try not to eat the broccoli too close together. I get a little too much fiber out of that. And actually cauliflower has quite a bit too, but I've got some riced cauliflower, I think, and some mashed cauliflower too, but I'll show you in the picture and everything. So everybody, thanks again. Eat dinner with your family. Have time together. Watch a movie. Play a game. we've got a Monopoly game. You know, of course, I played that all my life, but we've got a Monopoly game that we got for Christmas, and we haven't even opened it yet. So I can't say much. That's a long game, you know? You have to kind of just leave it and come back to it or something sometimes. You know, just leave everything like it is. Of course, when I was a kid, somebody would slip around like, I don't know, maybe change the money around a little bit. I don't know. Okay, everybody, I'll let you go, and everybody have a great evening, and God bless. Press that like. Please press like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you'll get my videos as soon as they come out. Have a great evening, y'all. Bye-bye.